This is part 2 that follows breaking the rules. Breaking our own rules, breaking our own codes of living, meaning each of us has a vision, even if we haven't consciously put it together. It's about our beliefs. Do we believe in being peaceful, being kind, following a certain spiritual path or a certain religion? I've talked about this in the last Thursday musing, and I talked about something happening in the world to me that took me off my path, if you will. We kind of have best practices, all of us, even if we haven't consciously formulated it. You know when you break the rules, and how does it feel? Right? Not the best. What I want to say is that we expect ourselves to 100% follow these ideas because we believe in them. But beliefs are different from actuality. They're different from truth. You believe different things at different ages. And often we think the belief is never going to change. I'm not here to argue or dispute whether there are some people that never break their rules. What I wanted from the last segment is to put us all in touch with how icky it feels when we break our own rules. We go into certain feelings and a certain disruption of innate peace, love, and joy that we've been experiencing. And then we try and do better, quote unquote. But the nature of the outside world is that stuff is going to happen. You cannot, in the outer world, stay in peace, love, and joy hold on to one place, because it's going to feel mercurial in the outer world. Even if you aren't feeling mercurial up and down, different feelings inside, the outer world, that's the nature of it. It's change. We throw the ball up, the ball comes down. That's just the nature of the world. Some things are going to come your way. Some things are not going to come your way. We all know that. I don't need to tell you that. I want to take us on a little bit of another kind of experience. If you've worked with me before, you've heard my feelings list. But there are some new people here, and also I want to invite you to go deeper. So this is about something new, and I'm calling it conscious dissociation, because dissociation is usually considered psychologically to be a bad thing. It means you're not connected. You're not connected to reality. You're not connected to yourself, small s self, meaning your personality. But I'm here to disrupt that idea that you are your thoughts and your feelings. Now, and we're taught that we are that. That is who we are. We're our behavior, we're our thoughts, we're our feelings, we're our past. But what if you are more than that? Because the experiences come and go, the thoughts come and go, The feelings come and go, even if they're on repeat. There's one sentence, and then there's another sentence, and then there's another sentence. But they're different sentences, even if they have the same meaning, the same implications. So, what am I saying? If you will hang with me for just a minute while I repeat those feelings, because the paradox is that when you're running from your feelings, you don't get away from them. What am I saying? If you push them down, they're just going to seep out a little at a time in icky ways. We've all done that. We said, oh, I'm just going to let that go. And then we're either in a bad mood or we kind of start snapping at the person that we're not going to share our anger with, and so on. Or we withdraw. There are myriad of examples of ways that subliminally we're still holding on to the feeling and it's coming out a little bit at a time. So the paradox is if you can name the feeling even in a bigger form. So let's say you're feeling anxious or is there any pain and anxiety? Yes, a little. If it's a little, you get to name it. I have pain. Or better yet, let me correct this. Not I have pain. Pain is happening. That's the new teaching. We're going to call it, if you would like to experiment with me, pain is happening, joy is happening. So they come in pairs, joy, pain, and you're going to interview yourself. Is there any? So if you're feeling frustrated, is there any anger in frustration? Yes, maybe a little. If you have a little, then you at the end will claim frustration, anger is happening. So the pairs are joy, pain, anger, fear. They were called guilt and shame, but I'm keep calling them in a preferred way, perceived mistakes and imagined unworthiness. And the last group is going to be called aliveness and conscious presence. And aliveness includes numbing or a lust for life. Continuum. I'm numb. I don't feel anything. I don't know what I feel. Okay, you are on, you could say you're feeling dead on the aliveness paradigm. It's a continuum. And then in that pair is conscious presence. We all know what it's like to be non-judgmental, showing up for this moment with no agenda, listening, present, just in the now. That is conscious presence. And it's paired with aliveness, which has both numbness and verve, excitement, lust for life, whatever you'd like to experience that with words. So I needed a pair that included numbness. A lot of people are walking around numb. Really, it's all the other feelings pushed down when you're numb. And then the result is numbness. Okay. So just hang with me a minute. The last time you were upset, was there joy in it? No, not really. Okay. Was there any pain in it? Yes, some. Okay. Pain has happened. Was there any fear in that upset? Yes, some. Okay, fear has happened. Is there any anger in that upset? Oh, I'm in this again. Here we go again. Well, that's on the anger continuum. Where did you feel in that upset like you made some mistake? That would be perceived mistake. Did somebody else do you wrong? That's a perceived mistake. Perceived meaning from your point of view. We're always seeing things from a point of view. Perceived mistakes have been happening. In your last upset, was there a belief in your unworthiness or in the other person's? So now say back to yourself, pain has happened, anger has happened, fear has happened, perceived mistakes have happened, imagined unworthiness. Yeah, I'm feeling numb. Okay, numbness happened. And I know I was not present. Am I present now? Yeah, maybe. Now that I'm present to all those feelings, it doesn't feel great, but I am more present. Okay, it's a paradox. Now, in our last few minutes, let's just take a deep breath. All those things have happened, those feelings. I made them bigger when I talked to you than they felt when you were experiencing them in that upset. Maybe you were more upset than those feelings, but probably those feelings correlate somehow to what you experienced. Another deep breath into this moment, into the chair or into the ground if you're standing. Be aware of your fingers, be aware of your heart, be aware of how your head is placed on your shoulders. There's a you that is beyond every feeling. They come and go, the thoughts come and go. And this thing that you are, this thing that is life, because you're at every moment aware you're alive. What is that awareness? We've been taught that awareness is your brain, but they can't find it in your brain. They found everything else in your brain, but not that. They found the triggers and the responses to everything inside your brain. But what if your brain is inside this larger totality that can't be named, that doesn't have a body, that doesn't have these feelings? So we're consciously disconnecting from the weather of life. What if you can always come back to this when you break your code for living, when you have things seem to happen to you, or when you make what you perceive as mistakes? Who or what is that you? Is it the small you, the personality? Yeah, yes. But is there more? Is there a home that you may always come back to? I invite you to stay in this place that you can't name, that you can't touch in a finite way with your finger, but it's always there, like a room that does not end. And And this room can always hold the finite you. And if life goes on, maybe that is what the personality lives in. That's the same for you and the same for me. And maybe that's where oneness lives, originates, and is always present. Maybe that is where presence is found.